Nabenta ka election arzar arpulai.
Iwan lam shapi ya kasur nak keleng kejela.
Ya bat ngi hakane kalenti ban yo sngo ya ki jingang nut jing temu barat ba.
Na uken jat shai shapi lingba kishalan tam kasinshar pai ba.
Play fi bape ya ne program jong kenjat shai mentah si dan hatura. Dan nang ni mentah si ingin mi nang ni natura ngimut ban lech khawe ka jaka ka ba kham kendong ka don kumba lai po 20 kilometer ri natura ginia penduk sai we nong yalam jongi ban yalam ini sa jaka kat kom ga bangiyo jing tip kalong ba kata ka jaka ka ba ngimut ban lech ka kham sa dien khendiat ha ka roi ka par ya kata ingin patip bah kalong kumno ka jinglong jingman sti susnong ringin nginya bot pe yo tai nong yalam jungi te nginya pe kalong kumno mo.
That is Chidagri. There are two Anchangiri there. So these are two villages almost just connected, separated by this road.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the place we're talking about.
Yes. 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 They are waiting on top, they say. He's the secretary of the village.
Oh,
VC, Village Employment Council Secretary. Hi. Rajon. Cheran. Oh, ang mandi ba Cheran anda. Oh, correct. He's from this village. He's a Cheran. This is actually dominated by a lot of the Cheran clan. Oh, Natura. Oh, yes. So different, no, from the city. One part is city and one part is thing. Namni ako ba? Chambugong. Oh, Chambugong ba dungay mo? Earlier they used to practice zooming, you know, slash and burn from one area to another. But what happened over the period of years, the production has dropped, you know. The paddy is no longer feasible for them to grow. So now what have they moved in is for areca nut that you can see all around and cashew nut. Of course, they say both are productive and very profitable, but they feel that areca nut plantation is much prosperous for them. So that's why they've gone in for that. Acha. Abani miko. Dada abani mi mana mana manjing jo. Oh.
Ila apa ya kena senong ka ba kerteng achenggiri. Kadi ka senong ka ba ha not tura. Kalong ka ba kham so phala nomor ba. Hatura da pipet pe kla de ka manong no kata ka jaka ba kham develop along main city. Kat ba hang ni not tura pada karang long nong kondong ni kibreu kidang bon ru sini kibreu kempak long niam te kidang practice pe ya tu ka jinglong Tynrai jongki. Ni udah cotton balak long ready made sampai na dia.
Oh, development ni bidding oh. They want this road which we have come through. It was a very bad road. Now it has been expanded, but the black topping has not yet been done. And they would like that, you know, the earlier the better, because it's very convenient for them, because they run plantations. So vehicles come to pick up their produce. So because of the bad roads, it becomes difficult for them, you know. And then, you know, a lot of extra cost comes in because of the poor connectivity. When the rains come, the roads get waterlogged, you know, potholes come up. It becomes very hard to navigate to the roads into the village and out. So it hinders their work, and it also impacts their economy at the same time. So they are hoping that once this JJM comes in, it will be some boost for them, because right now they are depending on a single ring well to draw their water out, you know, for drinking, for utilizing, for washing and other requirements. So it's very difficult for them, they say. The main market that they depend on for the weekly sale of the produce and also by the requirements is Garobada market. That is almost over 15 kilometers away. They go on foot every Tuesday to the market. They cross over the hills, go down, sell the produce, get the requirements, and again track back all the way to the village. That's quite a daunting task for them. I asked them that they're demanding this road, but every time when the elections come, they ask the candidates. So I asked them what about the previous election. He said, yes, the last 5 years ago, we asked them the same question. They said, yes, we will get it done as soon as we get elected. They've been elected, they've forgotten about them and the road.
Mandi group nama han. Bot tiam nama manghan nama bisuna. Nama nama cece ini kudu.
Oh, he wants you to see the Nokachek. That is a traditional Garo house. So let's go and see what is there. Hi, Mama musok pada Nina. Onti sana, sungma Mama. Oh,
Itu mani nanggu wangi mandi kudu.
Oh, acha mani nanggu. Acha. This is a traditional Garo.
Sirandi.
Oh, okay.
Acu ambil nukta bahaya nukta anu nukta.
Oh, acha. So let's see how it is. We'll go inside and see.
Mau tu kan?
And this is where they prepare the traditional rice beer called bichi. This one is ongari, where they keep it, and then they light a fire over here, and then gradually the rice beer that is processed and kept over here, traditional rice beer in the huge sort of cauldrons. All right, and based on that, it will be kept fermented, and when the time comes for some celebration, they will take it out. Right now, this is being just kept over here. There's no fire, so there's no rice being made at the moment. She's the wife of this young fine gentleman over here. Yeah. So this is where whenever people come from outside, guests come from outside, they are entertained over here. They sit around the fire if it's in winter, if it's not, and then they take out the rice beer and then they have discussions on all issues. Oh, acha. Acha. This is a drum. It's not like Kasi is where you have that, no? This is called a nagra. It's another part of another traditional drum, and they beat it when they have the drinks, the traditional drink with the rice beer. It is normally given to the senior most member of the family, to look after and to use and to beat. That's what he says. So it's something is very significant and important in their life. These are all the markings that just before with the start of Wangala, they have this traditional burning of incense and and then mixing of the ashes, and they put it all around the Nokma's house. All right, the traditional house, to celebrate the harvest festival, and it's a way of their life. Kama. It's called Kama. When someone from the family dies, they set this up to remember him. Oh, the person who has passed away, to remember him, and then they put up this more sort of monument, okay, dressed up in his with his old clothes and his utensils that he used. And then after he passed away, they even put out food for him. Okay, they normally do it for about a month, he says, and after that they stop it. In this area, it's basically when it comes to elections, it'll be a fight between the NPP and the TMC. BJP is not much of a factor over here. In a lighter way, I was asking them what about the Congress. They said Congress doesn't have any foothold over here, not like before. So I said, why instead of people from Tynrai coming and voting and asking for votes over here, why don't someone from the village, from the local area itself contest the election? So they said he was one of the best candidates because he could really hoodwink the people with his stories. But then I asked him that question, he says that, what's the point of going and contesting on a Congress when there's no one to vote for the Congress? Schools over here, primary schools, one in this village and another across in another village. But they say that many times teachers don't come. So what happens? Children go and wait in. Children wait outside the school. When the teacher doesn't turn up, they go back home. So some days the students don't go knowing that the teacher is not coming, and ironically the teacher surfaces on that day. So what has happened is many are now going to private schools, missionary-run schools or private institutions, but it has a bearing on the finances also, they say. It's expensive. He's saying that when it comes to preserving the traditional way of life, he says probably they'll be the last ones, the last remaining members, because after them, there'll be no one else who will uphold that system, who will uphold that culture, the preservation of their ethnic beliefs, and the way of life. Because their son-in-laws, their daughter, their children have have become Christians, they're moving into Christianity. So he's worried that after he goes, there'll be no one else left who will look after, who will continue these age-old practices of, of following the way of life that they have done for centuries. That is a worrying and a sad response that we have heard from him. Earlier, they used to cremate the bodies, all right, as part of the Songsarek way of life. Now what has happened is they're running short of people. even the person who does the offerings and the person who's supposed to burn the body, those people have disappeared because there's no new persons are coming in to, follow that practice. So that is why now they have, instead of cremations, they are now going in for burials, which is actually not the way of the Songsareks they feel, but they have no option but to go with that.
Kat kum ka jing thu kiri orang ba meneng te nang ila ong ba hang ni chaka hani snong idan sis pa propose li e ki vote bat ka wei ka bang i hang ni snong ka long ba kadang ne ta ka ti dustur jong ugaro sini te ka wei ru ka bai te ru teman meni la pen pau i ong ba kan ni kala bende ka ba khat do mo ya kata ka rukom ban practice ya kata ka Karniam ka Tynrai ka Rukom ka Jungki but kawai ka compare hang nia North Tura kalong ba kani ka snong kadai kawai ni snong bam pat don Kristan le se ka bakam Duna Kristan te kidang ya long hi kata ka Rukom ka Tynrai Jungki kadang ne hang nia snong
Dalam yang gino? Oh, okay. Kusyo ngayon ma? Ha?
Payung ya tho mentasi yang te beri ba mentah ngane snong don nong ya tho we senrang mentasi bin wan bo nakalian chicken te hang ni ne pet kai ru kolong no ka rukom ya tho tradition sini sa snong tanat
Right now, they are the only ones left that are still following the way of the Songsarek, the traditional way. And he says, our children are not interested. Our children have become Christian. The son-in-law that I get, or my daughter who goes as a daughter-in-law, they're all going into families that are already basically converted. So what happens is that there's no one left to continue the practice or the beliefs. So ultimately what will happen is that it's a dying race. After them, there'll be no one else. They say it's sad, but it's something they can't stop. It's something they can't change. If you're a Christian, if you wish to follow us, you can follow. You can keep your Christianity, but also accept our way of life. Embrace us. But the problem they say is that Christians are not willing to do that. So they feel that, yeah, it's different. It's difficult also.
Te ngangit kum tu pila yo I ya ka jinglong jingman jong ka snong sani sathan Garo Hills hakba ka kibriu jong kani ka than hang ni snong kidang mbut ya kata ka biti ko store ka jingwan jong I matasi yo I ru ya hakba dei ba ka jing shong kurem nakaliang jong usen rang kiwan ki kenthai kiwan haka jaka jong usen rang ban kiwan ban sim along no kumbolong ukhasi ba wan shaw le se kani ka siang ka baning kong yangi wat yang aru kalong ka siang ka baning kong hi ban poi kani snong ban yo I dala ki jong khman ya ka jinglong jingman bat ya ka riti ka store jong ki jat ban rio Garo sin stan te nganget ba kani ka video lingbau kinjet sai kan ai jing penskotanan epiru kinong pet ba pinyo pet lang ba pinyo I ba pintep kumno kalong ka Rukom im nong kondong wat kawe Rukom no ka kanyam ka Rukom jong ki sini kalong te khobli sibo ni phi ki ba pet ya kini program jong ukinjat sai nang ye pet ngin sei kundu pa ba phi ha kawe ka pa Nabenta ka election arzar arpulai
Iwan lam Shapi ya kasur nak keleng ke jela.
ya bat ngi hakane kalenti ban yo sngo ya ki jingang nut jing temu barat ba
Na ukenjat syai Shapi lingba ki
Shalan tem
shalan tem
kesensyar
kesensyar
pai
pai
ba.
ba.